See, again, like we have HTTP methods, right? We have HTTP methods like get, post, put,
Correct.
delete. We have, right? So, get method, if you want to just to fetch the data from the server, okay, just to display purpose, we will be using get, okay. But when it comes to the post, post only not used to just to create a new resource, right? It not only used to create a new resource. Post can be also used to fetch the data also. In some projects you can see, instead of a get, they will be using a post. Okay, so get is used to just to retrieve, but post, either you can create a new resource or retrieve the data from the server. That is also possible. When it comes to the put, it is used to update, and delete is used to delete. Okay, so today, I mean, we'll be doing project, right? So
So,
you will understand better.
yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Mm,
What I just wanted to quickly check is, so
mm,
today, since we are not doing the front end as a part of the whole tutorial,
course. Yeah.
course, but
Mm,
ideally,
mm.
in ideal world, mein, this what we are using as Postman, say for example, to update the database entry, ideally would come from that front end. In a real world scenario, nobody is going to go to Postman and put that entries into the data.
Correct. See, let's say you are
The
a
user
backend
when he
developer
updates
and
a record in a
yeah. See, you are a let's say you are a backend developer. I'm a front end developer. Okay. So as a front end developer, as a React, I don't have knowledge how the backend works or backend code, right?
right,
For
right.
example, as a backend developer, you don't know how to work with React. So
Correct.
your job is to create the APIs and test it in the Postman. You give the response to the front end developer. Now,
Ah,
front end developer, I need
okay.
data. That's it. I need a URL and data. My job is to, call those URLs and get the response, and whatever view want to I have to create, that I can create. So like that, like you
Understood.
as a backend developer, if you create any API, you have to check the behavior, right? You have to check the behavior, right? So to check
Understood.
the behavior of the API, you will be using the Postman. Okay, great. See, we will be using Kafka. Okay, so first let me give you some introduction about the Kafka. Okay, let's imagine there is no Kafka. Let's say we follow just say, let's say a traditional approach. Okay, so now imagine like we have a database, and what we did is we have created two projects. One is let's say for Swiggy or Zomato. Okay, one for delivery partner, you have created one project, and there is one more app or a project for the customer. Okay, now if let's say if Kafka is there, now what is the problem, right? So now let's say this is the customer, I will mention it as C, and this is the delivery agent, right? Now you place any order, right? When you place any order, okay, maybe a Swiggy or a Zomato, and now you want to see the real time data, right? When this person, a delivery agent, he's getting you the food, right? So as a customer, you have to see like location, where exactly he's coming from and all, right? So let's say if there is no Kafka, right? Let's say this person, delivery agent, like 500 meters he come, right? So now what you do, you have to send a message to the database, and you have to update that you completed the delivery agent, 500 meters he completed, and update the location. Then as a customer, again you have to read the data from the database. Again 1 kilometer he traveled. Again the data has to be sent to the server, and customer, I mean, again the data entry is created, and customer, he's able to see that the delivery agent like 1 kilometer completed, right? So now the problem with this model is like let's say you have like lakhs of we have delivery agents and customers, right? So it's not practically possible for us to each time you do the transaction in the database, right? Like how much data will be stored in the DB, and how much read and write operation has to perform, correct? Now this is the headache job, right? So not only this, right? So again, let's say you are using Uber to book the Uber. What you do is like, we will be having a cab driver, and there are many cab drivers are there, right? Now, as a customer, you have to book a cab, right? Now, how exactly you want to broadcast the data to the cab driver so that he can accept the request? So, at initially, you see any app, the nearest one is the person only, right? When we transmit the data to the customer, I mean, when we booking the cab, so first it will check like who is the nearest person. So for him, the first the information will go, right? So they will, if they will interested, they will take you to the ride, correct? So that is what will happen in real time, right? So for that, like, we will not be using the database each time, to do the read or write operation. Okay, so here we will be using something called as Kafka. Okay, so I have a presentation. I will explain to you what all the advantages of Kafka. And in Kafka, like who all, like there will be a servers, and there will be producers and consumers, right? Okay, now you understand what are the problem. The problems are like, you can't do read and write operation in a database for each thing, right? So now, instead of that, so what we do, we will be having, you see the architecture, you are able to understand. Yeah, see, we will be having a publisher, and we will be having the consumer. Okay, so the publisher actually sends the information through the message broker. So here the message broker is Kafka. Okay. So publisher, let's say you are the publisher or the customer is the publisher. Okay. Send the data via message broker. Then you will be having the multiple consumers. Okay. So for example, all of us will get the notifications, right? Such as, maybe when you use Zomato, Swiggy, we will be keep on getting notifications to our application also, right? So now, so it will tell like there is offer is going on, you can buy it, or Flipkart Big Billion Days, or Amazon, like that, right? So how exactly they are able to send the information like bulk, right? We have like thousands of customers, or lakhs of customers, crores of customers are there. So what they do is like, there will be a publisher, and there will be a number of consumers, right? Through message broker, what they do, they actually send the information to the consumer. Okay. Okay, now when it comes to the problem which we had earlier, right? So now imagine now, if you use Kafka in our case, whether it the customer and delivery agent. So here we have a producer and consumer, right? So now you don't need to do any read and write operations. So instead of that, even uh, the producer will usually send the data to the customer, so as in real time, without storing in the DB. Through message broker, we will be sending the data. Okay. So now once the delivery person, like, reached your location, you will get the notification saying he's reached your location. So once the transaction is complete, then what you can do in the orders, the data can be saved. Okay. So that is what the overall idea. So that is the reason nowadays, all the Spring Boot, uh, like, um, applications, if you like, put resume as a Spring developer, like most of the interviews they will ask you, have you used Kafka, right? So today you will like, I will explain to you how you can actually create the publisher, consumer, how exactly data can be transferred through the message broker. So everything I will explain to you. And also in Spring Boot also I will create a publisher and consumer. Publisher will actually publish the data and consumer will actually consume the data. Okay. All those things in detail I will explain to you these things. Okay. So any questions before we start the concept? Okay. So now what you understood is, okay, there will be a publisher and there will be a consumer, right? Uh, so, so a messaging system allows two or more applications to communicate by sending instead of calling each other directly. The applications send messages to a broker like Kafka, which delivers them to the application. Okay. So in messaging system, like the data is not like sending and receiving. Instead of that, publisher will keep on publishing the data. As a consumer, you can consume it. Okay, so that is what we do with the help of message broker, that is Kafka. Now, why we need it? The application don't have to wait each other. They can continue running even if the service is down to build a scalable and event driven system, right? So here, the data, it's not like in real time, like sending and receiving is happening, right? So instead of that, we are actually sending the data as a publisher. Consumer can consume whenever he wanted, right? Okay. Now, there are two types of modules. One is queues, which is point to point module, and another is publish and subscribing model. Okay. There are two types of messaging model. One is point to point. In point to point, one producer, one consumer will be there. One message is consumed and it is removed. For example, when order is placed, only one packaging worker can handle it. So when it comes to point model, there will be one producer and consumer. Producer will send the data and consumer will consume it. Once if it is completed, then the message can be, after consuming, the message can be removed. Okay. So this is actually point to point model. So this is not Kafka. Point to point model is not Kafka. Point to point, like we have different model, that is publish and subscriber, right? So this is Kafka. So one producer have multiple consumers. All subscriber receive a copy of a message, good for broadcasting events or notification. User registered email service, notification service, analytics service, all receive the event. So what does it mean? So Kafka is basically it's a publish and subscribe model. So there will be one producer and there will be multiple consumer. All subscribers or consumers will get the copy of the messages. It is very good for what? The broadcasting and notifications, right? So all of us will get the notifications, right? In the applications, right? So yeah, this is actually Kafka publish and subscribe model. It's not a point-to-point model. Kafka is not a point-to-point model. It's a publish and subscriber model. So why messaging matters in modern application? Okay, because it's decouples the microservices, helps large traffic, perfect for real-time application, makes systems more resilient and fault tolerance. So these are all the some of the advantages why actually the modern application requires a Kafka. Okay. See, usually, like Kafka is everywhere. Like even banking application also, you will get like loan notifications and all you will get, right. So like messaging is matters for all modern application. So most of the applications uses Kafka to transmit the messages or notification to the consumers. So now what is Kafka? Kafka is a high performance system, allows applications to exchange message in a real time. It works like central hub where data get published by some services and consumed by others. So as you know that Kafka is like a server, messaging server, where producer will produce the message and consumer will consume the message. Okay, that is Kafka. If someone asks what is Kafka, you can tell like Kafka is a messaging service. Key features we have like a distributed Kafka runs on cluster of multiple servers, high availability, fault tolerance, scalability. So again, Kafka is also like it's not like one project or one service we have to create. We have to create like multiple servers here also, consumer, producers, and so on. Like when you create like multiple project, like each modules are independent and it works independent, right? So fault tolerance means like in case if anything fails, it's easy for you to maintain and it's easy for you to fix whichever the server is down, right? And also high throughput, Kafka can handle millions of messages per day with very low latency and perfect for modern microservice and streaming applications. So as you know that Kafka can handle like multiple messages be because we are not storing in the DB. We are actually sending the messages through the messaging broker, right? We are not storing like if you want to send any notification, something like that, right? Read and write operations are also limited most of the time. Durable storage. See, data is stored on a disk using logs. So messages are never lost. Even if system fails, Kafka recovers from logs. See, Kafka, like I will explain to you where you can download the Kafka, where you can install it. There will be something like logs. Okay, that information will be stored in the logs for Kafka. I will show you the logs where it will store. How to work with logs and all, I will explain. Real-time processing, Kafka supports real transmission, Kafka stream, integration, Spark, Flink, etc. So yeah, it support like multiple technologies with the Kafka as well. Use cases, microservice communication, logging and monitoring, real-time analytics, data pipelines. So these are all the some of the advantages of Kafka they're mentioning. You can be used in microservices, logging and monitoring, real-time analytics, and data pipelines like that. These are all the advantages of with the Kafka. Okay, so this is important. You have to understand all of this concept. So the first one is broker. Is a Kafka is itself a broker. Okay, Kafka is itself a broker. A Kafka cluster uses has multiple brokers. So Kafka is a messaging broker. Okay, see, as you can see, there will be a messaging broker, there will be a publisher and there will be a consumer. So publisher will actually push the message to the Kafka as a messaging broker. So the consumer will consume the data from the Kafka. So producer will produce, consumer will consume. That's it. So then we have a channel or a messaging broker. So we will be creating something called as topic. So I will explain to you in real time how to create the topic and all. Okay. So topic is like a category or a channel where message has been published. Example order events, payment updates. A Kafka is a folder and stores similar messages. I will explain to you this regarding this. What is topic? How to create the topic? How to consume it and all. I will explain to you. Okay. So the producer and consumers, you know that producer is the one who actually publish the message in Kafka as the topics, and consumer will actually read the messages. Okay. So that is consumers. So we have a broker, right? Broker is a messaging broker, Kafka. It's like a medium, right? Then we have a producer, then we have a consumer. Producer will produce, consumer will consume. Now, what exactly they will consume? We will be creating something called as topic. Those topics will be consumed. Topic will be created by the producer and it will be consumed by the consumer. Okay, how to create the topics and all I will explain. So the some of the advantages, which is like loose coupling, event-driven communication, for example, order, payment, inventory. So this is just an advantages of Kafka in microservices. So why Spring Boot with Kafka simplifies the API, auto configuration, listener annotation, message converters, error handling. So we will be using Kafka with Spring Boot, right? So you are able to see like how you can create the producer consumer. Okay. So with the listener annotation, I will explain that part. Okay. So this is about the theory. Now I have to explain all these things like messaging broker and producer consumers topic creation every time in real time. I will show you. Okay. So now you have to download the Kafka, right? So where you can download the Kafka? So you can go to the internet and you can type like download Kafka, right? So you can go to the Google and you can type like download Kafka, download Kafka. Okay. So now you see that download that Apache Kafka is there, right? So if you open that, see currently the version we have like 4 is running, but some commands are changed. Okay. So I will be using like 3.5.0. So this one you have to use 3.5.0 I will be using. If you want, you can use the real, I mean, the latest one also. But the thing is, the commands are changed, okay, little bit when you compare to little old versions. So I'm using 3.5.0. I recommend you to use this one only. Okay, 3.5.0. Now, which file you have to download? Here you see that we have like multiple, right? We have like source download is there, binary downloads is there. Guys, don't download the source. See, this is source. Don't download it. You have to download this binary downloads. Either you can download the this one or this one. Okay. So download the this one. Okay. So once you click on this, what will happen is one zip file will get download. So let me show you the zip file. Okay. So once you extract that, the Kafka files you will get like this. Kafka files you will get. Okay. So if you need to download, you need to click on this link. One zip file will be downloaded and you have to extract. So once you extract that, these are all the files you are able to see in your system. Okay. So now what you need to do here, you see that like, for example, if I click on this medium icons, see, I told you, right? Like when you are working in a Kafka, all the messages will be downloaded in logs. Okay. So your messages, whenever you create, it will be stored in the logs, right? Now you want to run the servers, right? To run the servers, there will be, you see some of the bad files we have, right? See, Kafka server start, Kafka server start, and there will be a like Zookeeper server start, right? So these are all the bad files to run the server. Okay. So directly don't double click and run the Kafka server or Zookeeper server. So instead of that, I will send you this Word file. Uh, okay. Let me open the Word file. I will be sending you this Word file, Kafka Word file. Okay, so you have to use these commands to run the Kafka. Okay, so first part is we have to run the Zookeeper, then we have to run the Kafka server. Okay, so first we have to run the Zookeeper, right? To run the Zookeeper, we have to start with Zookeeper server start bat. This is the command. To run the Kafka server, Kafka server start bat. So basically, don't double click. So instead of that, we have to enter these commands. Okay. So first, let me run the Zookeeper. So now what I will do is, we have this Kafka folders, right? So before I run the server, let me delete the log files. I'm getting some error, some strange error. Okay. So whenever you have any error when you run the commands, my recommendation for you is delete the logs. Okay. Uh, I will delete it, and also whenever you run the Kafka, there will be something like a temp folder will be created. Okay. So this is also I will just deleting because for me I'm getting some error. Okay. So if you don't get any error, don't delete it. Okay. Now I have deleted all my log files in my system. Yeah. Now see, in the root directory, you have to open the command prompt, right? In the root directory, wherever your Kafka, like outside the bin, right? You have to open the command prompt. Okay. Now what I will do, I will enter the command. So the first one is we have to run the Zookeeper, right? To run the Zookeeper, here, see bin Windows, this is the command. Copy this. and I'm going to paste it. So this particular command, what it will do, first is bin, right? So this is bin. So next is Windows, right? This is Windows. Now inside Windows, I'm trying to run the Zookeeper server start bat. So basically this one, Zookeeper server start, where is it? This one. So I'm starting the Zookeeper, okay? Then I have some extra command like config zookeeper.properties, right? So I just added this. So now your Zookeeper will get start, okay? Now let me enter. Okay. Now your Zookeeper started. Next, what we need to do, we have to run the Kafka server. Now I will copy this command. You see that I'm starting the server Kafka server, right? Kafka server start bat. Okay. Now what I will do, I will be using different command prompts. Okay, for each one. To run the Zookeeper, I have opened one command prompt. To run the Kafka, I'm using different command prompt. Why? Because sometime, let's say, see, when you're working in a Kafka, there is a possibility that some of the servers in between, it might go down, right? You have to start it each time if it fails, right? Okay. So now in Zookeeper, I have started in one command prompt, and in another command prompt, I have created the Kafka. I have started the Kafka here. Okay. The Kafka server is also started. Great. Okay. We need to actively monitor this. Okay. Sometimes it might stop also. Whenever it stops, we have to run it. Okay. So both Zookeeper and Kafka, this started. Now we have to create a topic. Okay, we have to create a topic. To see existing topics, we can use like this is the command list. To see all the existing topics, this is the one. Okay, so we have to create the topic, right? So to create the topic, I will be using like a different command prompt. Okay, so now first let me create a topic. So see, from here I have to copy this, and what I will do, I will paste it here. Bin Windows Kafka topics bat create topic user topic. So name of the topic is user topic. Okay, and the topic will run in the server 9092. Okay, I will be creating the topic now. Huh. Now what happened? The user topic is created, right? Great. Now next, what you need to do on this topic, you have to produce some messages, right? So, so the producer I will be calling. Okay. So let me copy this from bin. I will be copying this command. Okay. Then I will paste it here and enter. Okay. Now producer can produce the message, right? So I can tell like, hi, one message. How are you? Hi, how are you? Now, as a producer, I am actually producing the message, correct? Now I have to consume it. To consume it, I will open one more command prompt. You see the magic. When I copy this command, when I copy this command, this is the consumer, right? See, consumer dot bat. When I enter here, see, hi, how are you? So we have created a topic called as user topic. Through user topic, we will be sending the we'll be producing the message and receiving the message. Okay, see, in the real time I can communicate, right? Hi, how are you? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? See, I send the message. See, I'm receiving it here. So the producer job is to keep on produce the messaging, and the consumer job is to keep on receiving the messages. Okay, not only one consumer, you can create multiple consumer and you can consume it. More than one consumer you can create. Okay, any questions here?
So this is unidirectional.
Yes,
It's
yes,
unidirectional.
yes, 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 yes. So mainly used to broadcast a message. You get the notifications right
Correct,
in your
correct.
application. Sometimes you will be frustrated also. You'll be like like disable the notifications, right? So for that purpose only. Okay. So here like a producer, consumer, and we will be having a broker. Okay. So like here the producer will keep on producing the message and consumer will be keep on consuming the message. Okay, and there are other commands also is there here. You see that, let's say if you want to yeah, so what they're telling is like same command in multiple tabs. So what I'm telling is, see, one producer, one consumer is there, right? I told you one producer and it can be multiple consumers also, right? So I can create one more consumer also. For example, if I open the command prompt and if I enter the same command here, this I will copy this. Hmm. Okay, let me consume it. See, I'm getting. So here, like you can see one producer and multiple consumers like this. Okay. Okay. Next, list the topics. For example, you want to see like how many topics are created, right? So you can use this command to check how see the list of topics. You can copy this and paste it in the command prompt. You are able to see whatever the topics are created that you can see. Okay. If you want to delete any topic, what you can do, you can use this command prompt. Delete. See, I have created the user topic, right? The command will be delete topic user topic. Okay, you can delete it. These two other command prompts, this is for Spring Boot. When I work on the Spring Boot application, right? So that time this location will be using. Okay, this is for Spring Boot. So now what we seen, how to create the topic and how to delete it, right? Now see, let's say if you want to delete a topic, but you use this command, right? Let's say if the topic is not deleted, now what you need to do, you have to go to the log file. See, these are all the log files, right? Delete it. Okay, if you delete the log files, all your messages will gone. Okay, and sometimes yesterday when I was working on Kafka, I was getting like some strange errors. It was failing. So what I did is I deleted the logs. But one drawback is like if you created any topics, that is also will be deleted. Either you use the this what do you call the command to delete, or you simply delete the log files to delete. Okay. There will be one more temp folder will be created automatically. For me, it's created. These two things. If you get any some strange errors such as like Kafka is not started or Zookeeper is not started, what you do is you have to delete this temp folder files and also log files. Okay, this is you have to understand this concept. Okay, because you will be complaining that Tejas, I created topics and Zookeeper is not starting, or so you'll be keep on complaining. Okay, many times. So when you face that challenges, just delete the log files. Great. Now
So,
tell
so
me, Venkat.
this Kafka and Zookeeper you mentioned.
Uh-huh.
Zookeeper is a different concept. Yes.
Okay, so we'll see that. So we have to start both. Okay, you can see that I told now in Windows we have be having a Zookeeper and server start and Zookeeper start. We'll see the difference. Okay. Okay, so the main difference between Apache Kafka and Zookeeper in the messaging system. So the message system, Kafka handles the data streaming while Zookeeper handles the coordination and metadata system, it seems. So Kafka is just a message broker. It is a distributed event streaming platform used to handle large volume of real time data. Key responsibilities are like storing the messages, manages the topics, handles and handle the producer and consumers, ensures high throughput and scalability. So all these things will be done by the this Kafka server. But when it comes to the Zookeeper, Zookeeper is centralized service used to coordination with the distributed system, maintains the Kafka broker. So to maintain, see, Zookeeper, right? So what is actually Zookeeper? In real life, who is Zookeeper? Who actually keeps the lions, tigers in the zoo, right? So we'll call him as a Zookeeper. So similarly, the Zookeeper is used to manage your Kafka broker. Okay, nothing much. Stores the topic metadata. So that's
So
why
it's
whenever,
like the so it's like that config files where all servers we store.
like stores the metadata, which mean it is just help you to keep uh, uh, the Kafka server. Okay. So coordination service like that. We will not be doing any activity on Zookeeper. Okay, you don't need to come create any command, something like that. But whenever you run the Kafka server, you just need to start the Zookeeper. Nothing much. It will manage your Kafka internally. Nothing much. But there is no specific commands. Nothing like that. You see, I just created the Zookeeper, right?
One more query.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Kafka, will there be only one server for an application? So let's say a global application.
See, it's a messaging broker. So Kafka is a messaging broker which runs on the port. See, 9092 is the port we started the messaging broker, right? So here you can, it's a channel, okay? Like, for example, if you want to send a message, you can send through Kafka. It's kind of a channel. Some of you use something in, some developers use something like messaging server such as what do you call MQs like that we will use. The developers will be there, right? We will use something called as messaging queues. So Kafka is a messaging. It's like a channel, right? Let's say I want to send you a message, right? So uh, what I have is WhatsApp, right? It's a channel, okay? So, but we will be having a producer and consumer. So I will explain to you. Like in Spring Boot, we will create a producer and consumer. There you will understand. Okay, through message channel we will send it. Okay. See, you have to create two things. Okay, one is producer and another is consumer. So see, it's like again, I have to code from the scratch. It takes time, but I will tell you how exactly how created and how I done the coding part. So what you do is you have to go to the Spring Initializer. Spring Initializer. This is the Spring Initializer. So in the Spring Initializer, you have to create two things. Okay. One is, let's say, producer. Producer. Okay. For producer, you have to add two dependencies. That is like a web, and you have to add something like Kafka. See here, Spring for Apache Kafka. Two things. Okay. So one for producer and just create, and one for consumer. Like that, two you have to create. Okay. So I have already created that. I will straightforward. I can show you. I'll open the IntelliJ. Now, what I will be doing, I will open in two tabs. I will open in two tabs. Yeah. See, I will be sending you these files, okay? Two files. Mm. Okay. So I will send you these two projects. One is, okay. First is the delivery body, okay? So let me copy the, I mean, let me open it. So how to open? You have to copy the path. So copy the path, and in IntelliJ you can open. So click on open and just paste it here. Select folder you can give. Okay. So here the delivery body is our producer. Uh, Now what I am doing is, what I'm doing is, see, we have created the user topic, right? We have created the user topic, right? Now, in Spring Boot also, we have to create a topic. So what I did, I have used like app constants, location topic name, location update topic. So the topic I have created is location update topic. Okay. Okay. Here like new topic. See what I did is like, hmm. So first part is in the app constant, I have added the topic name. Here I told that Kafka to create a topic for this. Okay. Then I have a controller. So in the controller, what it will do, it actually uh, like once the topic is created, right? The location topic, it actually create a random numbers. Okay, I will show you how exactly it will create some random numbers, because as a producer I have to transmit some messages, right, through topic. So I will be doing that. So next, in the application properties, I have mentioned, the 9092 will be my uh, the port and all. Okay, that I have mentioned here. Okay. So now what I will do, I will run this particular project. Okay, so it's telling that the server is already there. I think in the background it's running. Let me stop it. Okay, let me run now the delivery boy application. Okay, now you see that the server is started. Okay. Okay. See, once you hit this service, right, then only the the topic will be created, and then the message will be transmitted. Okay, great. So okay, now the producer is started, then we have to run the consumer. So let me run the consumer. End user is your consumer. So I will be copy the path. I will go to the IntelliJ. In IntelliJ, I will open the new tab, select, uh, give like a new window. Okay. So one window we are creating the uh, producer, and another window we are doing the consumer. So here, what are we doing? The topic was created, right? We have to consume it, right? We mentioned what is the name we have to consume, location update topic, right? That is there. And yeah, okay, so here we mentioned that it has to, accept the topic. So this is the consumer. This consumer will usually consume it, right? Okay, now what I will do, I will click on start. See, the moment when I start the server, you see in the logs what is happening here. See, now what happened was the consumer is started, right? So the consumer uh, started. Now it is actually expecting the location topic. It is expecting now. Okay. Now what we need to do is we have to hit the URL. The URL will be here. You see that in the this is the URL, right? Location update, right? See now what will happen. I will open the Postman. I'll open the Postman. See, when you run the project, make sure that in the background, the what do you call this? The Kafka is running. Sometime you'll be starting the server and it can be down also. Just you need to observe the command prompt. In case if it is stopped, you have to run it. Okay, great. Yeah. So now I open the Postman. So I will hit the service here. See, I will hit the service. What is the service I have to hit? Not this one. Okay, we have to hit the service. So the service name is this one, slash location slash update. Okay, so that is what I'm doing here, slash location slash update. The moment when I click on send here, see what will happen. The moment when I click on send, okay, so you can see that 200 and location is updated, right? Now what will happen is this producer will consume the, sorry, the producer will actually producing these messages, right? In what topic it is producing? In the location topic, right? So now you see the consumer here. See the consumer. This is delivery body. End user. See, the consumer is keep on consuming the messages, right? So as a producer, you have to create a topic. Then you have to send the messages. So what I did, I have created a service and I have created a topic. Some random numbers I'm actually producing. Okay. In the consumer end, I'm able to see the consumer. Okay. So these are all the messages producer produced and sent to the consumer. Okay. In the consumer, as you can see, I'm actually accepting it. Right. Now the same messages you can actually check in the Kafka server also. In the command prompt also you can see what is these random variables which is generating, right? So for that, what you can do, you can actually see Kafka console, this bat is there, right? I will copy this command prompt. I will go to the command. Maybe I can open the new tab. Okay. If I put the command prompt, what will happen is the location topic will be created in the Kafka, right? So the messages you can consume it, right? So now I will click enter here. Now see, you were able to consume those messages which is created by the producer. So see, now we have two consumers, right? One consumer is the one which we have it in the this one in the Spring Boot. The other consumer we created through command prompt. So both are like the receiving the messages, right? Any questions?
So how would we identify that this is
Uh-huh.
the consumer is different from the other IDE consumers?
See, it's if you see the consumer, I mean the producer. In the producer, I have given the name which has to be created, right? So I told that new topic like that. So basically, in the producer, you will be mentioning like what topic it has to create, and also in controller, I mentioned that 20,000 times some random numbers has to be generated, right? The looping I have created, this logic you were able to see. So whenever you hit the service like location update, right, here like a location update, now what will happen, the new topic will be created and the random numbers will be generated. Okay, so this is the producer. Now, when it come to the consumer, you see, this is the end user, right? So in end user, nowhere I have mentioned that the looping part. I just mentioned the topic name. That's it. Okay, this is the consumer. So here, like I just mentioned that what it has to consume, nothing much. Okay, so you can see that there is no controller, nothing. Just to consuming the service, I just mentioned the what is the topic it has to consume here. That's it. Okay, so that is how you can identify. And also in the consumer, when you start the consumer in the log, you were able to see like which topic it is expecting and all in the log you were able to see. Okay, so now what you need to do is the first part is like I will send you all these commands and everything, the projects and everything. Okay, you have to go to this particular website called as Kafka Apache and this downloads. What you do is download this 3.5.0, right? 3.5.0. You have to click not the source download. You have to click the binary downloads. Any one you can download, extract it. Once you extract, you were able to get this kind of files. Then use the command prompt. Okay, in the command prompt, what I did is like I created, I mean, first open the one tab, run the Zookeeper, open new tab, then run the Kafka server, then you create a topic. Then after creating a topic, see, I have created the user topic, right? See, I have created a user topic. If you want to create your own topic, maybe order topic or so anything, okay, what you do, you can create your own topic. Then once after that, send some messages in the messaging broker. Okay, then consume it. Copy this command prompt, then consume it. Okay, so if you want to delete the topic, delete it. You want to see how many topics are there, copy this like that, one by one, one by then just execute all the commands. Okay, so once you completed that, then you have to open the this the project through IntelliJ. You open, don't use Eclipse. If you use Eclipse, no, it will hang like anything. So that is the reason I am using IntelliJ for this activity. So you have to use this IntelliJ. Then what you do, run the producer and consumer. Then first thing is go to the postman and hit the service. Your topic will be created and the messages you are able to see it in the consumer. Okay, so like that, just try from your end, and just come back tomorrow, and you can ask me like if you stuck with any error or something, you can feel free to ask me. Okay. Okay. So I will be back in 2 minutes. So we'll be working on that final project. I will have some water and I will be back. Okay, just give me 2 minutes. Okay, I am back. So I will stop the servers because I don't have much of RAM. My configuration is not that good. So let me close or else it will create. Let me stop the server.
Don't worry.
Tell me, tell me.
So if there are, say,
Hmm.
10 users in application, so
Okay.
all the 10 are consumers. They are logged into the application.
Mm-hmm.
And this one messaging service, one message has to be sent, notification to all of them.
Okay.
So 10 producer part is clear. On the consumer part, how
See,
will we map the 10?
you don't have to create 10 consumers. Okay. See, in the real time, what will happen is, see, for example, Amazon you take, right? Amazon is what? He's a producer. Like we are all consumer.
Correct.
So the topic creation will happen from the producer side, right? So the people, whoever is downloaded the application, all are consumers. So the what we can do, we can actually consume the message. So you don't have to create 10 consumers and to check it. You can create one producer and one consumer. In consumer, you just need to mention the topic name. That's it. So whoever the consumers will be there, right? So for them, the automatically the message will transmit. Nothing much.
Okay.
Hmm. Because here also we seen, right, like once only we created the topic and the message. I just open multiple tabs and I keep on hitting that URL as a consumer. I was keep on getting those messages also, right? So you don't have to create like multiple things. Okay, so let me close all of this. Mm, okay, so great. Now, we have to work on the project now. Okay, so I hope all of you seen this uh, the case study, right? Now, see, the project is there. I will show you like how I have built the project and all. Okay, but next four session, one after another, we will just copy the modules and we can complete. So first I will show you the front end and back end part. Okay. So here the main idea is like, see, when you log in, there will be a user and admin, right? There will be user module and admin module. So you log in as a user and the user modules will come and you log in as admin and admin modules will come, right? So that is about the authentication part, right? So then we have a client dashboard. For example, you log in as a user, you are able to see the dashboard. In the dashboard, what you can see, you can create a client and you can create a proposal and you can see the existing policies, cancel the policies that you can see it in the client dashboard. So now why I have created a a dashboard, why not be user dashboard? Because see, when you buy the policy, you can buy it for your partner also, right? It's not only for you. You can buy it for your family like that, right? So for that reason, I have created this client dashboard. So there you can add like for whom this particular policy and all those things. Okay. So next thing is like insurance types. So see, when we choose the insurance, there will be like insurance types, right? There can be a term insurance, whole life. There are many insurance types we have, right? So now the first part is we have to create a proposal, right? Because whenever you create a policy, initially it has to be a proposal. Then once it is accepted, then it will be converted into the policy. So so first. we will be creating the proposal, right? We will be entering the details like first name, last name, and everything, right? So next thing is like a premium calculation. See, the premium calculation is based on the different factors. So the factors can be age and or so 1 minute. Okay. See, the premium calculation can happen with various factors. The first thing is person age, right? Or second thing is like whether he having a pre-existing diseases, right? If a person having pre-existing diseases, the premium has to be increased. And if the person who is actually buying the policy, is a smoker, there is a high possibility that he might uh, get any disease in future, right? So depends upon various factors. So I will also explain to you how exactly the premium calculation is done, right? So next thing is the payment mode. So the payment, either some policies you can make it monthly premium, you can pay off yearly, you can pay annually, you can pay. So again, if a person is opted for off yearly, he can get like 15% discount. If a person is like a buy annually, right? So 25% discount, like that, regarding the payment mode. So next is the payment options, payment options. So here we'll not be using any real-time servers, the payment integration services, but we are using some kind of the dummy or mock server we are using. So where a person can choose cash, credit card, debit card, net banking and all as a payment option you can enable. So next thing is like proposal generation. So now I will actually log in as a user, right? When I log in as a user, so what I will do is I will create a proposal, right? So the proposal will send to the admin. Now admin will receive the data, and admin can approve, right? Admin can approve. So once the admin approves, what will happen? The policy number will be generated, and if there is a need of agent, the agent will be assigned to that particular thing. Okay. So next thing is the policy management. So once you approve, the admin can see in the approved policy list cancelled policies. Okay. So like that. So next thing is like claims management. Claims management is nothing but yeah, claims management. Like once the policy is created, user can also do the claim. For example, if my insurance is, let's say, 10 lakh, what I can do, I can make a claim for 5 lakh, right? So like that. So this is the case study. Now what I will do, I will show you the front end of this project. So I will be sending you, not today, at the end, I will send you this particular project. Now you see that we have a front end, and then we have a back end. So the first thing is front end. Okay. So now what I did, the front end, I opened in Visual Code. This is a Visual Code I have opened. Now after open that, like file and open, I just opened it. So after that, I have used a command to run the front end. Okay, the command I have used is npm run dev. Okay, this is my command prompt. So when I click on enter, so backend part, I mean the front end, how it's communicating with the backend part, I will explain. Okay, so for now just observe like the UI and other things. Okay. Okay, now the server is started. So the URL I am able to see. Okay, this is the URL. Now what we need to do, we have to run the backend also. Okay, so the backend, we will build this backend, but the project is there. I can show you the interface and other things. So for that, I just showing you at the beginning itself. So now what I will do, I will just run this server, run as a Spring Boot app. Okay. Now the server is started, the backend is started. Okay. Now, whenever you run the backend, you make sure that the database you have to create. Okay, the database I have created is insurance management. Okay, so make sure whenever you create any of the this particular when you run this backend, make sure the database you create in your DP. Okay, so I have created the database. You can see that insurance management is there, right? So you can see that the tables, everything is there. Okay, insurance management is the database name. Great. So now you can see the URL, right? I will copy this URL. I'll copy this URL and I will open in the browser. Yes. So now you see that I have like a login and register. If you are a new register, you can actually register. Okay. So first name, last name, email, password, and everything. So I see the role I have given public. Okay. But in real time, nobody will ask you to register as admin. Okay, so this is for your understanding. Okay, to create multiple roles I have given like that, but in real time role admin will not be there. Okay, but still you can log in as a admin and you can log in as a user. Okay, now first log in as a user. So now I click on login here. I will click on login. So now email, right? So for example, my email I use like a user at the rate gmail.com. gmail.com. So the password is like 1234 is my real password. But if I pass like an invalid password and when I click on login, see it is telling that credential do not match. Okay, I'm getting the error. But if I pass the valid password like 1234 and I will click on login. Okay, now this is the user dashboard. In the user dashboard, the first thing is I can create the client, right? I can create the client. I can give the first name, last name, date of birth, email, country code, gender. Okay. So all the details, what is the relationship and everything. Okay. And also I mentioned one something like, do you consume tobacco? Right. So now like that, what I did is like I have created a client. So you can see that create a client. So whenever you create the client, right? So for that client, you can actually create the proposal. For example, I have created Tejesh as one user. So for him, I can create a proposal. So I can give like it's a term insurance or what should be my life cover amount, what should be the payment tenure, right? What is the frequency, whether I wanted a monthly, half yearly, those things. Payment mode I can choose and I can click on proposal. Okay. Now what will happen is like once you create any proposal, for example, let me create one proposal. Okay. Mm, this is like, for example, term insurance I will create. Life cover amount. Let's say I wanted this much. I can actually add the top up also, extra also. For example, uh, accidental death benefit, critical illness. That is also I can add. Or payment tenure like I can pay like 5 years. What is the frequency? Whether you wanted to pay as a monthly, yearly, half yearly, right? So let's say you can give it like let's say monthly, right? Then see discount is 0%, right? In case study I told that in the case study I told that see, for monthly there is no concession, but half yearly means 15, annual means 25% discount, right? So, for example, payment mode, if I select as annually, I will get 25% discount, right? The payment mode, UPI card and anything. For example, I can mention it as a UPI. Now I will accept the terms, then only this particular button will enable, right? So now I will click on the proposal part. Now what happened? The proposal got created. You can click on show proposal. You can see that the proposal is pending. If it is approved, then it will go to the approved. If it is rejected, it will go to the rejected. Okay. Okay. Now as a user, my job is to create the proposal, right? Now I will do the logout. Now let me log in as admin. Admin. Admin at the rate gmail.com. Gmail.com. Now I will enter like 1234 is my password and I will click on login. Okay. So now you see that I created the proposal, right? See here, 5 years, right? I got the discount and everything, right? So in the admin, I'm able to see in the pending means what all the pending proposals I have, right? So approved means how many proposals I have approved. If I reject something, which proposal I have registered. Show all means all proposals it will show you. So one is approved and one is pending. The current which we created, that is pending. So now we have like a pending, right? So now admin job is to approve it. So now once I click on approve, now what will happen? It will go to the approved section. If I click on approved, if I scroll down here, it went to a approved section. So now we are able to see the proposal details and everything, right? So now once I have approved, now I can do the logout. Now once again I will click on uh, like I will log in as user, gmail.com, password is like 1234, and I will click on login. And you see that here show proposals are there, right? I'll click on show proposal. I will go to the approved. Now you see that whatever the policy we created annually, UPI 25% on all, right? I can click on this here. I can see the the client information. That is like what is the name, proposal details and everything. And you can see that policy info is there. Okay, see the total premium, how I have to how much I have to pay, those details, the policy information, right? Policy number is also generated. This is my policy number. Now I can click on pay, right? When I click on pay, so some dummy scanner is also coming, right? So now if I click on done payment, the payment will be done for this. If I click on cancel payment, it will cancel. For example, I will click on the done payment. Now see the some dummy alert I have given, right? So the for that policy I have created. Okay, I will go click on approved now, right? Approved. So like that. So if you want to implement the claims part also, you can implement, like you can click on claims, and 10 lakh is my, let's say my sum insured. You opt for 5 lakhs. After opting for 5 lakhs, remaining is how much? 5 lakhs. So like that you can actually implement the claims part also, right? So this is my project, right? So this is the front end. So the back end part is there. In the back end, what I did is I have created the modules such as client, user, policy, proposal, and everything, right? Now what I will do, I will, we have to complete this project in 4 days, right? So one by one, I will just start the modules and I will explain the logic. Okay, how have implemented, how the premium calculation is happening, how approve and pending or payment is happening, right? And also the front end, how the tokens, whenever you log in, the tokens will be generated, right? How the tokens are actually help with the help of token, how exactly this particular screens and all I will explain. Okay, I mean there are a few more also is there. For example, if you click on my profile, you can either update the existing person details, or you want to change the phone number, you can do it. Or let's say you want to change the password, right? You can click on what is the old password, like that you can change the password also. Okay, so there it's a good project, like end to end we have. So we will not be doing the front end part, but I will explain to you the each, for example, I will create the user module, and user module, how the users you are able to display. Okay, so all those things I will explain to you. Okay, we have front end and back end part. Both front end part and the back end part individually I will explain the modules. Okay, any questions? Okay, now what I will do, I will stop the server here for the front end. It's not needed now because we have to work on the back end part first, right? Okay, first let me close this project now, and also I
A
will
quick
stop.
query.
Yeah, yeah, tell me please. Yeah.
So,
Mm.
like when this project is created, the,
Mm-hmm.
all the points that you have listed. So
Yes,
that's
yes.
basically, I'm assuming the designing part. Okay, this is
Huh.
how the application we want to be. Front-end development look and feel can happen separately, but the requirement is, if this is the list,
Mm.
normally does it happen in parallel, or do we first come from a
See,
sequencing perspective? I'm seeing, like, if
yeah,
a project
sequence
manager,
part.
which he will start
Mm.
first?
See, the first part is when you have a requirement document, the first part we have to start with ER diagrams. Okay, we have to start with ER diagrams. So how we can start with the ER diagram? For example, let me show you this.
All the entities, the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
relationships.
So let me open this paint. Okay, okay. So the first part is when you have the requirement, we always need to start with ER diagrams. Okay. Now here with the requirements, see if you give to the chat GPT, it will give you like 5 to 10 entities it will give you. Okay, so it's up to you how you can design your database. Okay, so I have designed in 3 to 4 entities only. See, for me, for example, when I want to design my entity, so here first is user entity. User entity, right? In user entity, what all the attributes you will get? User ID, correct? It will be user ID. Next thing is username. Next thing is username, right? Next to password, email, those things. Okay. So like this, the first job is to identify the entity and attributes. Okay. The user. Now, I told you that user is not actually creating a policy. User either he can create for himself or he can create for his partner or the family members, right? So I don't want to add all the details in the user itself. So I created a client. I created the client. Now again, in client, what all the information you will get? Again, name, ID will be there, name will be there. What is the relationship, right? For the user, what is the relationship, right? So that is there, right? So that I have to identify. For client, client ID. Okay, all other information. I don't want to put all everything here. Phone number or occupation like that, right? So relationship, ID, name, all these things I can keep it in the client. Now, what is the relationship between uh, user and client? What type of relationship? Hibernate mapping. Anyone? One user can have one client or multiple client. Anyone?
Multiple.
Yes. So which mean one to many, right? One to many relationship. Okay. Okay. Now there will be one more entity that is proposal. Now who is actually creating the proposal? For a client, we are creating the proposal, correct? Now, what is the relationship between a client and proposal?
One,
For one client, there will be one proposal or multiple proposal?
one, one.
No, no, multiple. Because for one client, for example, here I shown you, no, we have one client and there was multiple proposals, right? You can create multiple proposal. What I'm telling is, for example, for one person, I can buy multiple policies, right? One to many. If you want to restrict, like one user can have, one client can have only one proposal, then you can give like one to one. But if for one person you can create multiple policies also, possible is there. Okay, it's up to you. It's up to the requirement. Okay, one to many. Okay. Now, this is where things get interesting. Now we have a policy. Now one policy having one proposal or multiple proposal. For one policy, usually one proposal will be there. Okay, it will be one to one, one to one. Okay, so anyway, whenever you get anything, right? And policy information, if you want to keep it in different, that is also you can do, right? So that is also you can do like a payment like that you can create. So it's up to you how you want to manage your database. Okay, so again, user will be there. User having the roles also, right? Again, we will be having a role because there can be user role and there can be admin role, right? So like that, entities you can create like a n number of entities. Okay. So first, when you get the requirement, you always need what? You need the ER diagram with the attributes. Okay. Now what we do, we have to create the entities now, right? Okay. So before that, so what I will do, I will go to the Spring initializer. I think my server is down, right? Yeah. Oh, sorry. I opened Gmail. Spring initializer. So the project name I will create is insurance platform. Okay. Now the dependencies, tell me what all the dependencies I can add.
SQL driver,
Yes. Let me start with Spring
Spring
framework
Web,
itself. Spring I need. Then, as you told, it's a MySQL server driver is needed.
SQL driver,
Huh.
JPA,
Then we need
Spring
a
JPA.
JPA, right? JPA, right? We need JPA. Next, we need to add something like dev tools because I don't need to run the server each time when I write the code. Dev tools. Okay. What else? Web, MySQL driver, JPA, dev tools. See, Spring security also you can add, but it's too early for me to add because if you add Spring security from the beginning itself, you have to generate the token and all. It will be a very hectic task. So the Spring security part, I will do it in the end. Okay. Next thing is Lombok is needed, right? So we'll be adding getters and setters. Okay. And one more thing, see, just adding Lombok is not enough. So you have to do Lombok configuration with Eclipse. So for that, please watch a video of like 4 or 5 minutes video is there in YouTube. You can type like configure Lombok with Eclipse. So if you go through that video, there will be one jar file. You have to go to some website and you have to download the jar file. You have to copy the jar file, then you have to paste it in the Eclipse. Okay. So that is there. Please go through that video in YouTube. It's available. Okay. So directly, if you are adding Lombok, it will not work. Okay. So please do the configuration for Lombok. Then the Lombok will work. Okay. Here web, MySQL driver, JPA. Then we need like a model. Okay, that we can add it later. What else? Hibernate is added, na? Okay, so for now it's fair enough. I will create this project. Make sure it is a Maven project and Spring Boot some mid version I'm choosing. Artifact name and jar properties. 17 is there. Okay. It's up to you. Like I don't know which version you have downloaded in your system. So I just keep it as 17 and okay. So yeah. Now once I created this project, I will click on generate. Okay. Now what happened was I downloaded the zip file and what I will do, I will extract it. Now let me copy this, and what I will do, I will open in the important Maven projects, paste it, enter, and finish. It's not imported properly. Maybe I will do the refresh. Maven and update project. Okay, let's do one thing. I will just close it and open in IntelliJ. So whenever we get this kind of error, right, we have to delete .m2 folder. So that again, it's a time-consuming process. File and close, close project. Okay, so the created a project. Let me close other tabs. Open and give the path. Platform, select folder. Say Eclipse project or Maven project. Choose the Maven project. See, once you imported, like if the file's not downloaded, right? So what will happen is it will be in red color here. When you add any dependency in the IntelliJ, make sure you give the sync option here. Sync all Maven project, or like the serial load all project, like that you can give. So that is there any dependencies which you missed, right? It will download. Great. So now we have created the project. So now once you created the project, tell me what is the next step. Anyone? See, we have to go to the application properties and we need to add, right? What is the database name? What is the username? What is the password? And all those things, right? So what I will do, I will just copy from my previous project from the application properties. So application properties, I will go and let me copy this, and I will paste it here. Okay. Now I will change the database name. Insurance management is there. I will create a new database here. Let me close all the tabs and file, create database. What is the database you want to create? Database, I will call it as, okay, any name you can give, or insurance platform, anything you can give, because insurance is already there, na? Name is there, life insurance, the other things are there, so I just want to keep it unique. So I created a unique database, that is case study. Let me do the refresh. You can see the case study is there here. Now I will go to the application properties. Now I have to replace this to case study. Okay, great. Now we have to create the packages. So the first package I will be creating is the entity itself. Okay, the first job is to entities. Uh, See, it's up to you, either you want to use the DTOs or not. Okay, but we have to use the DTOs.
Okay, so first let me create the entity. So what should be the name? There are two things. One is user and another is client, right? So two clients we have to, two entities we have to create. So and also I can create a new package also. Dot pack platform. This is what entities. Entities. Okay. Now let me do the refresh. Okay. Now new and Java class. The class name is uh, client. Client. Okay. So now in client, when we see this client, right, we have to give what is the first name, last name, date of birth, email ID, phone number, gender, tobacco, all these details, right? So you will be seeing in the ER diagrams also, right, what all the attributes. So I already identify the attributes for that. So let me copy from my project. So entity is client, right? Entity is client. Okay. So let me copy this annotation and I will paste it here. Paste it. Now import class we have to do and import class we have to do. Okay. So now what are the attributes we need? We need all these attributes, right? For the client. So we haven't introduced the user, so later we can introduce that. Paste it and let me import. Okay, and import class. So here they have used local date. Import class you can use and big decimal also. Okay. So generation type is there. Let me import that. It's coming in red color right here. Okay. So now, see earlier we used to do the getter and setters, right? We need to do like right click, then we used to go to the go. I mean, where is generate, then getter and setters like that we used to do, right? Since we have added the LOM book, what we can do? We can do getter, getter, and setter, getter and setter. Now, if you want the constructor, right? So we used to do like right click and constructor we used to do, right? You don't need to do. You can do like for default constructor, no args, no args constructor. Okay. Then parameterized constructor is all args constructor. All args constructor. Very cool, right? We don't need to add getter and setters here.
So,
Okay.
so all that code, that getter
Ah,
setter,
this we added
this
now.
one, oh
Everything.
wow, oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
yeah. Yeah. Okay, but some real companies, some in real time, some companies are still not using it because they do because we were setting some data and getting some data right. So its Lombok is like a third party. So some companies are not using and some companies are using it. Okay, it's a technology. Okay, but there is a possibility that tomorrow if something data breach can happen, right? So that is the reason that initially I did not teach you all of this. Okay, but should have some knowledge and see whenever you do this getter and setters and all arcs and no arcs is there, right? So in the company, see the project. If they use this annotation, you use it. Okay, so if you know any technology means that doesn't mean that you can add it in your project. Okay, they might not be added this because of some reasons. We have to respect that reason.
Right.
If they are written like getter and setter, you use getter and setter. You don't add the LOM book. Okay. See DevTools, you know that if you add the DevTools, you don't need to do the reload and all, right? It's very convenient. If they are not using DevTools, don't add it.
So in local, if you want to add anything, you can do. Feel free to do. But in the server, whatever the naming conventions or whatever the technologies, you use the same. Don't change it anything. Okay, fine. See, getter and setters all are snowworks. You don't need to write all of this code. Everything is eliminated. See all of this getter and setters, and also I think here the constructor is not there. Yeah, even constructor and other things also eliminated. Okay. Now, if you want, you can actually use the DTOs also. You can create the DTO. I will be creating a DTOs. In real time, DTOs we have to use, dot DTO. Okay. Now I have created the DTO, client DTO. Right click, class, Java class. It will be client DTO, client DTO. Now, you know that in client DTO, will not using any of the ID and entities and other things, right? So you just need to copy the fields. That's it. Copy that and go to the client DTO. Okay. Next thing is see getter and setters are common. Okay. So do the getter at the rate setter, getter setter, then all args constructor and no args constructor. Okay. Getter and setters I have added. Great. Okay. Next, what we need to create anyone?
Like,
Uh, then we can create the repository, right? Just a minute. Okay. Then I will create a repository package. Right click, new one, package dot repo. Repository it will be in always interface. Okay, so click on Java class, then you choose to interface. This will be what is it? Client repository. Client repository. It's an interface. Then extends. If you have two interface, it will be extends, right? It will be JPA repository. Okay. In JPA repository, we have to pass two things. See, if you control and click on JPA repository, it will tell you. So the first thing is the T. T means table name. What is the table name? Client, right? We have to pass the client. Client. Now, what is the second? Second thing is the type of the ID. Type of the ID is what? In my case, it's an integer, right? We have to pass the integer here. Integer. Okay, and make sure you add all the annotations properly at the rate repository. Okay, this is the first step. Okay, so till here, let's check if everything is right. Okay, because the table creation of client should happen by the time here. Now, what I will do, I will click on current file and edit configurations, add new application. So here it will be what? It will be a run, right? I will do like a platform run. Okay, the main class we have to choose, that is platform application. Here, click this and it will be platform application. That's it. Click on apply. Okay. Now, next time if you want to run the project, all you need to do is you can click on the run option here. Okay. Now, if I run, the client table should generate, right? Let me check if it's happening or not, or if I get any error. I'm getting one error. Let me check that. Unable to name strategy. Okay. I think in the application properties, we have added this dialect, right? Dialect. It's causing some issue. Let me remove this and let me clear and let me run. See now what happened. The table got created, right? Client is created, and you can go to the case study and do the refresh, and you can check that the client table is created. Client table is created. Okay, done. So anyone, what is the next thing we need to do?
Services.
Very good. So we have to create the services, right? So let me create the service here. New and package dot service. Okay. In the service, I will create like a client service. I will create a client service. Client service is an interface. IMPL is a class. Client service. Okay. So here we have to add all the methods you want to add. Okay. So let me copy and paste it. We have to go to the service and client service. Copy this and we can paste it here. And the DTO is there. Let me import. Okay, D is capital D they have used. So DTO. I will use the same thing. List we have to get it from the util package. Okay. So create, update, delete, get all. Okay. So this is also if you want you can use DTO itself. They have used directly client. Should not pass like that. But I'll just keep it like that itself for now. Okay. Now we have created the service. Okay. Next part is service IMPL. So right click new and this will be class, right? Class. The name will be client service IMPL. Client service IMPL. Okay. So make sure you add the annotation at the rate service. At the rate service. Now this is actually extends or implements, sorry. We have an interface, right? Client service implements client service, yeah, client service. Let me implement the methods. Okay. So we got the methods, one for create, one for update, another for delete, and like that. We got it. Okay. So now first one is yeah, we have to auto wire the at the rate auto wire. We have to auto wire the client repository, correct? Client repository, client repository. Now let me copy paste the methods quickly. We have less time. One by one, I will just paste it and I will show you. Because we have used DTOs, right? We have used DTOs. We need that model configurations. Okay. So we need to add one more dependency called as model configurations. So I will go to the POM and I will copy this and I will add in our project. Model, where is model? Security model mapper, this one. And I will go to the pom.xml and I will paste it here in the dependency. Okay, and I will do the refresh. Sync project and sync project. So now I will add the methods. We have to auto wire the model mapper, and also model mapper we have to auto wire. This will be model mapper. Let me import. Okay. See, to create the client, what they're doing is they're passing the user ID, right? So why they're using the user ID to create the client? Because see, if a user is exister, then only that person can create the client, right? Straightforward, you can't create a directly client in any application. So first thing is like user should exist. Then see, if you are exist, then you okay. I have to create one package, yeah, service IMPL package. So that is missing. New and package service IMPL, and this service IMPL I will just move to this package. Refactor I will do. Okay. So they're checking if the user ID is exist or not, and all they're checking. So we have to introduce entities. Okay, let me stop the server. Okay, we need a user also. I will click on new and class and user also. I will add user entity. This will be at the rate entity, and what else? At the rate getter, at the rate setter, and at the rate all aux constructor, at the rate no aux constructor. Okay, let me copy the user fields from the project. User entity. Let me copy all of this, and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so user entity we have created. Then we also need user repo as well. Right click, Java class, user repository. User repository, which is an interface, extends JPA repository. This will be at the rate repository. Okay. Here I will mention what is the user, comma, and type of ID is what? Integer. Great. Now repo is there. User also I can create the CRUD operations, right? So class and user service. This is a interface. Next, I will go to the repo, which is user repository. So user service I will go. So let me I'm going to paste it here. So user DTO is not there. Let me create one user DTO. And in the user DTO, whatever is there in the users, right? All the fields I have to copy. And remove the column. This is the user DTO. At the rate getter and at the rate setter. Oh, no aux constructor at the rate all aux constructor. Okay. So this is done, and go to the user service and you can import the class, create user, update user. So different they have used. Okay, we'll use this one only, like this. Import and import the entities. Okay. So now we have created client, user. Okay, details we have created, service we have created. Then comes the user service IMPL. User service IMPL. Extends or implements the user service. And what we will do here, we will be adding the table name, that is user, and it will be user and integer. Let me import the class. Let me import the class and implement the methods also. Implement the methods. Okay, still getting error. At the rate service. Oh, we have some problem here. The user service. Why I'm passing this one? Yeah, should not pass, right? This is for repository, right? User service, client service. Okay. So now we have created till here, right? So what I will do is tomorrow we will work on this. Okay, we'll continue. So what we do is client service, user service is there. We just need to complete the user service IMPL and client service IMPL. Then controller we have to do. Okay. So once we complete the controller, then what we do, we actually use the postman and check the responses. Okay. So we'll continue tomorrow. It's already 11:10 today. So any questions? Any questions? You can feel free to ask. Okay, so see, tomorrow we'll complete two modules, which is client and users. Okay, so next week the important part I will cover, which is like the proposal creation, and also we will be working on the policy creations, right? So that part I will explain to you. There are a lot of logic needs to be done here for this project. For example, see, we have to write the conditions such as, so first we have to fix a premium. Okay, for that premium, let's say if person is opting for monthly, right, that premium into 12. Let's say if we opted for 6 months, into 6 we have to do the premium calculation I'm talking. Now in that, into 12 you are doing, right? Then there is a
Sir, your
condition.
voice is low, sir.
Yeah, you are able to hear me right now?
Yes.
Yeah. So now what I'm telling is like, we have to, we will be working on the policy module, right? So that time there are a lot of logic needs to be done. So what I'm telling is, in the case study I mentioned that that you see that the payment mode, it can be monthly, half yearly, annually, right? So first we have to set the monthly premium. Okay, for example, 1,000 rupees will be your monthly premium. If 1,000 rupees is your monthly premium means, then if you are opting for yearly, it will be how much? 12,000, right? 12,000 is fine, but for the 12,000, if a person buys annually, then we have to give the discount of 25%. In 12,000, 25% we have to remove. Or if we opt for off yearly, then what is the premium, right? Uh, like that. Then in that, what will be the discount? So like that, we have to write the logic to for the premium calculation. Now, if a person having existing pre-diseases, then the premium will be calculated, right? So for that, again, you have to increase. Okay. Then if a person is a smoker, then you have to increase your premium by 10%. So like that. So like that, what we need to do in the policy module, okay, there are a lot of logics need to be written. Then once you calculate all the things, then you have to return it. Okay, so like that we have to do. So we'll continue tomorrow. Like from here, I will complete the client and user tomorrow. Then next week, proposal and policy we can cover. And meanwhile, I will also teach you some of the like front end, how the back end is connected, and how we are making call from React to the back end part and all. I will explain. Okay. Okay. So let's catch up tomorrow then. Okay. We'll continue with the same topics. Kafka will upload all the project files and other things. Please go through that files and try to run the Kafka, do the produce, I mean, create the producer, consumer, create a topic, just run the project and hit the service, check what is happening in the console. Okay, check that and come back to me tomorrow, and we will continue. Okay, so please, next 3 class all of you attend, so because we are writing the logic from the scratch, right? It will be like a good refresher for all of you. Okay. Okay, so let's catch up tomorrow then. Yeah, we'll continue.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, bye guys, and take care for today. Bye.